What's going on with it, y'all? Y'all already know. You ain't gotta guess who it is. You know it's me. Guess who? The rapper, aka the Grand Ambassador, Flash Dynasty. Here to lace your brain with some incredible and glorious game. Once again, man, before I begin, if you like yourself, hit that like button. If you love yourself, hit that share button. And no, if you like yourself, hit that like button. If you like someone else, hit that share button. If you love yourself, hit that subscribe button. Hey, if you want to be certified and be notified, hit that notification button. That way you'll get the video as soon as it drops. You did? And, I'm coming, of course, as your host in the capacity of, the reluctant YouTuber. So, I just want to share with y'all what I would call internal revelation of what I just received, me more so of like a download of information that I've gotten dealing with the dynamic of relationships and the female and the male or man and woman dynamic and how that's played out. And we're going to talk about the gift. Now, what I've learned from people like Sinful the P, Andre Taylor, and things like that, but in particular, Sinful the P, he said a phrase like this. He said, the woman is the gift of God, but the gift of God is not equivalent to the recipient of the gift, which is the man. Right? You dig? You understand? I put it that same way. The women indeed are a gift of God, but the gift of God is not equivalent to the recipient of the gift, who is the image of God. The gift of God is not equivalent to the image of God, who is the man. Who is the image of God? The man is. And when you start doing reflection and doing taking proper stock and inventory of yourself, you'll come up with some very divine conclusions. Conclusions that are that descends upon you from the man above, the Father in heaven. Now, what do I mean by like the gift and all of that? Let's start off with how I define the game, or game, the word game itself in my vernacular and what it means to me. So I was just pondering today, like, what is game? How, if no one ever gave their description of game, how would me, guess who the rapper, guess who the watchman, guess who the reluctant YouTuber would give his definition of the game? So I pondered about it a while, and you know what I mean, and I came up with this. Game is the existence of phenomenal information not known to many. That's what makes it game. The information does exist. What kind of information? Phenomenal information. What does phenomenal mean? Phenomenal has many meanings, like miraculous, incredible, unknown, uncommon, hidden. It's phenomenal. That's the type of information that though it's not known to many, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So that's why I put the existence of phenomenal information not known to many. The multiple of the population, they're unfamiliar with it. And in this, it's the existence of information or phenomenal information not known to many, but it's some of it got to be revealed, and a lot of it got to be earned, through your capability. So with that being said, with that definition, you begin to weigh the dynamic of men, women, males, and females. So I came to the conclusion, man is made in the image of God. And this is goes out to all my young fly, with that infinite mind, or that gold mine that's called your mind, who is designed by the divine, you know what I mean, to express to your full measure the masculinity of the Most High, the gift from the Most High, and expressing that to its full measure. You know what I mean? And what I've come to the conclusion is, you are made in the image of God. You are not made for women. Women are made for you. I want you to digest that into your spirit. Women are made for you. You are not made for them, right? They're made for you. God said Saul had a relationship with Adam once he created him and breathed, the breath of life into him. He had him over the garden. He was tilling the garden, giving him information. And then he came up and what the thoughts of to name the animals. That means he had highly and extreme intelligence. So he had that relationship and that conversation with the Most High first. So their relationship was established first. Then he saw that, the beasts, the fowls of the air, the beasts of the field, the sea creatures in the water, they all had a mate. They all had someone there to keep their reproduction going. And he saw that the man was alone. The Most High said it's not good for a man to be alone. Therefore, he made him a woman out of his womb, took a rib from out of his womb and created the woman and brought her before the man. You know what I mean? And he said it's not good that the man will be alone. I will make him a woman that will be a helpmeet. Get this, y'all. Get this, my young men, because that's what I'm talking to. Young men. She was designed by the divine to be a helpmeet to you. What does a helpmeet? Now, if you're going to think in the regular street vernacular terms, you need somebody to help you meet your goals or help you meet your agenda, your aspirations, whatever. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it means. And that means, whatever, that's how she was made. And then once she was presented to him, and the man who was Adam saw her, he said, now she is flesh of my flesh, bones of my bones. I shall call her woman. Right? He called her woman. For she came out of the womb of a man. So man is made for the glory of God, and women are made to the glory of men. All right. Now that we got the positions understood, the women are often titled as the weaker vessel. They're not stronger than men, or they have their place. They're not the ones that's going to be out there, in the fight in case a war breaks out or things like that. That goes to strength. Men is the embodiment of strength, power, overcoming, adventure seeking, masculinity, confidence, and all of those are the embodiment of masculinity tied into manhood. Manhood is prominent, supreme over any position that you may, or of an occupation, or a vocation in your life to make your lifestyle better, or make your lifestyle greater, or your situation greater. Manhood is governed by principles. So once you get that understood, you start understanding who you are as a man. I learned this from Andre Taylor. A lot of men are struggling with confidence and low self-esteem. And so in order to express or gain confidence, one must have it, be in possession of it, taking proper stock of themselves, and then fall in love with themselves as a man. So what type of man are you? Are you a man that's governed by principles? And you'll find it out through certain situations, circumstances. You'll find it out. Me, I've come to the conclusion and been persuaded by the game that governs this dynamic between male and female, men and women. I've fallen in love with the information and made it a part of me. Therefore, I've fallen in love with myself as a man. I love who I see in the mirror. I love his capabilities, his information, his aspiration, you know what I mean? And what his capabilities. And you are capable of the implementation of very complex and, incredible and phenomenal information. I have the capability to express that to my full measure, and being persuaded by the belief in the truths of this information. The truth is, hey man, you are the ultimate definition of importance. And when they say you are to be a provider for a woman, what kind of provision? You have financial provision, but that's the lower based. The main thing, you are providing her with security and everything that embodies that. What can secure her on the most powerful level is the information or phenomenal information that is not known to her. And it may be beyond even her capabilities, because she's designed by the divine to be a helpmate to you. You're designed and to be glory to you. You're designed to be glory to God. That's why a man walked on water. Not saying women can't, but I've never seen it. That's why a man walked on water. That's why a man parted the Red Sea. That's why a man raised another man to life and resurrected him. That's why a man did that. You understand? So when you start falling in love with yourself as a man, and you start letting that seed plant in you, and that seed plant into you, it begins to germinate and to grow. So it goes through a process. It goes through processes. So you might have to go through some trials and tribulation to gain this information. You might have to go through certain tight situations to get this information, or to be revealed, so God can impart certain information. Your heart might have been too stony. You might have been too stiff-necked. You might have been too soft, too passive, things like that, for certain information to be planted into your soil. So your ground had to be broken up. Oh, look, check this out. You might have had to been broken up. So you might have had to go through some heartbreak, some disappointments and stuff like that. So they can go through, so the seed can get planted into you, into ripe and fertile soil. Therefore, no. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you had to pay a cost to get this information. You understand? And because of that, that's why a lot of people are saying the game is to be sold and not told. I understand that now, because it costs you everything to recognize the greatness that exists inside of you. You may have to go through some sort of physical ailment like cancer or something going on in your body, or leukemia or something, but it costs you, and you'll begin to realize that it was good that I was afflicted. It was good that situation happened to me. It was good that all these distractions came, and all this person disappointed you, and that these friends betrayed you and talked bad about you. You'll find out that was good, that they used your name and slandered your name without cause. you'll find out that that was good that happened to you, because then now the impartation of the information could descend upon you like a dove, and it comes with a spirit and the energy of that information to make you realize that you are more than a conqueror. You did. And you could be humiliated and go through a process, a humiliation process or a ritual, and still come out on top, even better than before. You know what? And people ain't gonna like that. They ain't gonna like the new you. That person that you used to allow to mistreat you. You know, when you start no longer allowing them to mistreat you, they will stop not liking you. If they do have a deposit of some of what they profess the love that they have for you, then it will go along with the change and be like, dang, he has grown, and I'm proud to see that. And I have to treat him accordingly if they have love and respect for you. So I said all of that to say this, man. Look, when you become persuaded with confidence, persuaded with standards, principles, all these things, persuaded by the game and persuaded by the spirit and intelligence and the vibration and energy of manhood, and start loving yourself as a man, you begin to accomplish and be the manifestation of things that start attracting themselves to you. Finances, people, attention, opportunity start attracting themselves to you. Currency will start seeking you like an emergency, because people are destitute of that which you have been informed about, because you paid for it and you earned it and you stood and you were persuaded by the Most High revealing himself in you, saying greater is he that is within you than he that is in the world. So with the female-male dynamic, man and woman dynamic, let me tell y'all, you young men, something, man. What I've discovered about myself, and you have to adopt this information. I've concluded that ain't no woman on the face of this earth more attractive than me. She don't look better than me. She's not as gorgeous as me. She's not as fine as me. And when I say me, it's not just the outward appearance that makes me attractive. It's what's flowing out of my belly makes me attractive. Because out of the abundance of the heart, a mouth speaks. The intelligence of this one that you're observing right now, the information and the implementation of the information, the magnetism of this information. Because there are a lot of us that are empty and going bankrupt of what this this feeling of confidence and this revelation that I received. They've gone bankrupt, and they'll pay a lot to just get the information, just to get the information, to have this feeling, this void feeling to be filled. You understand? That's what I'm talking about. She's not finer than you. That what you looking at when you talking about that woman, a lot of it is an illusion. That's an illusion. And I'm talking about these modern women of today. What is her hair? They want a real nigga or a real man or whatever when they have fake hair. Is that hair real? Are those eyes real? Are those lips real? Are those nails real? Are her breasts real? Is her booty real? This is what's going on. Is her face real, or is it painted? This is what I loved about what Sinful to P taught a lot of us, saying don't allow her appearance to be the interference from you seeing the truth, she is very important. The importance of women. I'm not, and a lot of women might feel slighted and disrespected by this, and they might take it to be disrespectful. But I'm here to tell her like it is. You know what I mean? Because, you know, this is why I could tell her like it is. You know what I mean? You might feel slighted by this, but we don't allow her appearance to be the interference from you seeing the truth. No. She's important, but she ain't as important as you. For she is your reflection. She is your helpmeet. She is the weaker vessel. But it was good that you were not made alone. Therefore, the Most High created her from you. What does that mean? She must be a reflection of you. So when you've gone bankrupt and you have a deficiency in esteem and in confidence, and you've been bankrupt on confidence, and you're a weirdo and nerd and a square and a trick and a buster and a mark or whatever they want to denigrate you and call you, you have women out here that are natural conquerors. They are natural. Look, if you go into the Pride of the Lions, you see the women are the hunters. The males are the protectors. And he has multiple women. You know what I mean? He has multiple wives. And they do all the hunting. You know who eat first? He do. Because he's most important. Because he provides them with protection, perfection, and vision. Because he governs the territory. You know? And he has the vision of where he wants to take his family next. That's what masculinity is all about. Pushing through walls and competition and boom, boom, boom and fighting. You know what I'm saying? To meet his goal, meet his objective. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in that movie X-Men Last Stand. They said, Cain Marco, be careful with him, because he's extremely powerful. If he gains any momentum, no object can stop him. Magneto opened the door, said, what do they call you? Juggernaut. I can only imagine why. You are a juggernaut. You are just like you are a prison breaker. You know what I mean? You are a giant killer. You know what I mean? You are a water walker. You are a river splitter. You dig? You are life resurrector. That's who you really are, man. And she is giving, her womb was implanted by your seed. So you have to know this. She's important, but she ain't as important as you. She's beautiful, but she ain't more beautiful than you. She's attractive, but she ain't more attractive than you. Their validation comes from you. If you're looking for a woman to validate you, you're backwards, because only one could do that. That is the Most High. That's his job. He validates you. He the ones give you that. He is the one that give you that information. Oh, this is some good. This is $1 billion worth of game right here. This is $1 billion worth of game. If it can reach your heart and your mind and your soul and start flowing out of your belly, it become rivers of cisterns of living water spewing out of your mouth. Therefore, I'm persuaded. You know what I mean? She ain't, as fine as me. And check this out. This is another piece of game I want to give you on choosing a woman and choosing someone and identifying the character of someone that belongs with you. Brother, if you like that woman more than she like you, you need to do some inventory on yourself and find out where the deficiency is going on. what is occurring and that you're exhibiting. Because a woman will emulate that what you demonstrate to her. She will magnify that what you glorify before her. She is your reflection. So if there's any disrespect going on from that woman, you have, she is reflecting back to you what you are allowing her to do, or a deficiency in character that you are exhibiting or emitting from you, or from your spirit, and she's mirroring that back to you. So I see a lot of men on here and dating coaches and, fresh and fit and all these niggas talking about what the woman is doing. No, it's you. You are the one that's allowing that energy to be, and it's a reflection. You need to take some inventory of yourself. If she's reflecting disrespect back to you, you need to check yourself, man. You need to check yourself, nigga. Are you living like you divine? Let me tell you something. Look, if you like her more than she like you, you're off balance. This is game. This is information that you are not aware of. If you are with a woman that is not, that likes you like her more than she likes you, you're off balance. Now you can change the polarity of that by making daily deposits, and you listen to this back over and over and over again, and finding out who you are. What is your ministry? What is the chemistry to your ministry? What is your purpose? What is your gifts? What makes you great? And be persuaded and fall in love with it, and fall in love with who you are as a man, and realize, dang, I really am fearfully and wonderfully made. I really am the image of God. I really am the head and not the tail, above only, not beneath. I really am that. I really am. You know what I mean? And you start making the best discovery, which is discovery of self, of oneself. And you start discovering, like, yo, I'm the bomb. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got this unique information, and nobody could get it. You dig? So you start magnifying you, because it goes like this: God, you, then your neighbor. When it stops at you, that embodies your woman, your children, your family, your friends, and then it comes to your neighbors. You know what I mean? But God is first, then you, and everybody that surrounds you, and then your neighbors. Love thy neighbor like thyself. You don't like to be violated, don't violate. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to her, you like her more than you like you, or she like you. She should like you more than you like her. Why? Because the woman that likes you will fight for you. The woman you like will fight you. Why? Because the woman you like ain't like the woman that likes you. She's different. She's reflecting what you should see in yourself. Because if you don't like you more than you like her, you're going to reflect a woman that don't like you more than you like her, more than you like her. And she's going to mistreat you. She's going to treat you accordingly. She's going to disrespect you. She's going to be very unenthusiastic talking to you. She ain't even going to remember your birthday. She ain't going to know nothing about you. She don't know you for a long time, but she may have been utilizing you for your gifts. She might like something about you, but she don't like you more than you like her. She knows that you like her more than she likes you. She knows that for whatever reason. You know what I mean? And that's why she'll put you out. And she won't she'll put anybody out, but I'm just saying, she'll put you out, mistreat you. Why? Because you allowed it. You allowed her to be that way. Oh, but guess what? When you start finding out who you are, and you start manifesting who you are, and you start believing in who you are, they're gonna have to adjust. And if they don't like you, and if they don't like you more, and they know you like them more than they like you, that's gonna be revealed. And they're either gonna be able to, if they have any deposit of respect or love, and they just still want to keep getting anything beneficial, they'll be willing to, they'll change and they will adjust to the new you, or really it's you, but it's a elevated version of you, who you always were anyway. You just revealed, now it's revealed to you. They'll adjust, and if they don't, they'll depart. You let them go. They were only using you anyway. Why? Because you allowed them to use you, because they were your reflection of whatever deficiency that you were exhibiting to them. When you first met them, you probably met them all strong and whatever, and you might have got coochie whipped or whatever, or some sort of thing that weakened you. They lost respect for you, or you might have lied, you might have cheated, you might have been deceitful, and you've lost value. You have to value yourself. That's why manhood is governed by principles. We don't lie. We don't cheat. We don't deceive, because we know who we are. I ain't got to lie to no woman. I ain't got to lie to her and cheat on her and stuff. And by you exhibiting these characteristics and these principles and these standards, that's rare. That's rare. Because a lot of men are operating out of fear, so they lie to their woman about wanting another woman out of fear, and cheating on them out of fear. But when you don't have no fear, you're not supposed. She is not on your level. That's like fearing your child. No disrespect, women, but hey, it is what it is. It's like fearing your child, or fear someone that's a subordinate to you, or your follower. You're the leader. She's your reflection. What you scared of her for? Y'all scared to approach her, scared of her rejection, scared of her saying no and all of that. So what? She ain't flying in you. You know what I mean? Like, what? Like, no, them days is over. You know what I mean? No matter how attractive she is and how thick she is, and you know what I mean, all of that stuff is superficial. You know what I mean? It's superficial. It's the outer exterior. But who is she? Do she like you more than you like her? Is she into you? She into your information, your intelligence, your creativity, your gifts? Is she into that? Is she wise enough to even be in your face, to be in your presence? Your presence is a present to a lot of women. Is she even what? A lot of us dudes, you know what we be doing? But since we're so by nature visual creatures, we be like, damn, she thick, she fine, man. And a lot of y'all be online. That's why I'm not totally against people online, but this is part of the illusion online. This artificial intelligence, you know what I mean, that we're in. This artificial interaction with one another. You know what I mean? You click, typing all in here, liking her, hitting the like button. She's getting all this attention and all of that stuff from you hitting likes, and you liking her pictures and commenting and calling her queen and goddess, and you know what I mean? All of y'all are simps. That's simping. Them niggas is suckers. She's a goddess. What makes her a goddess? Why? Because she's pretty? Because she got big titties, she got big booty, and she's have a comely face, and she's pretty in the face? No. You're too focused on the beauty of her. The Bible says beauty is vain and favor is deceitful. A lot of them girls got game, boy. They know how to play upon. They like vultures. They could play upon your weakness. That what you're reflecting back to them. You calling her a goddess? She don't even feel like that about herself. She starts believing that because you lying to her. You don't know if she's a goddess. You don't know if she has the characteristics of a goddess. You calling her queen. She's a queen of 1,000 to 2,000 moons and suns. She's the queen with celestial stars on her neck. And no, she has a crown of stars on her head. And you done elevated her to the steed of godhood. She's a goddess. You said goddess. That's what you niggas be doing, man. You lame ass niggas be doing that, yo. Driving up the price of coochie, you know what I mean, to astronomical numbers. But us that have the mentality of manhood and a pimp's mentality, we don't know. We know who we are. We the kings. Especially if we recognize that we are kings and priests of them, and we have a great relationship with the Most High, who endowed all this information to us and made us know that to where now we can feel that and then exemplify that, and we walk by faith and not by sight. Man, shoot, I might not even be her type aesthetically, but if I get in her ear and give her a buffet, all she can hear buffet for her ear to hear, she might, choose up. You did. She gonna falter, you know what I mean? Cause my conversation is the best of any, you know what I'm saying? It's magnificent, you know what I mean? The mouthpiece is magnificent, you know what I mean? I can make the love to her ear, man. Hey, this is just a salad bar in this situation, dude. She can get more in depth because there's dimensions to me hey, I got some news that she could use, you know what I mean? And you start feeling like that and raising her up with charisma. That's where Riz come from. You know what I mean? Your swag, whatever. Man, shoot. She start, boy, what? You know what I mean? Just magnificent pimping, you dig? She ain't even got to be physically attracted to me. And I still knock her and bag that and take that home. No woman is off limits, man. No woman is like out of my league. None. I haven't met them. Not one. You know what I mean? And one time I had this weak ass nigga tell me this. And she was fine too. You know what I'm saying? She was fine and whatever. And I approached her. I was like, look, I just got to get to know you. You too fine. I got to. You know what I mean? And I started spitting game at her, making her laugh. And boo-boo, she started laughing and smiling. I was like, yeah, I got it. This nigga I came back with the number. Oh, you ain't going to get that. She just gave you that number, me get you out of her face, man. She out of your league. I like, nigga, she out of your league. She out of your league because you driving an old Trans Am, man, with George Washington Carver insurance. That's how old your car. I started roasting them, you know what I mean? Plus I'm funny, I'm magnetic, charming, you know what I mean? These are the things you got to know about. So boom, I knocked her. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. But y'all, she's a queen, she's a goddess and all of that, simply off appearance. So y'all engulfed by her beauty and not examine not one of her duties. What is she willing to do for you? If a woman ain't willing to break herself for you, what is you dealing with her for? She won't help you out. That's what help me do. She won't help you. If she has money, she'll give you money. A woman that like you, listen to Ray Charles. She gives me money when I'm in need. If you in need, she'll feel like that maternal instinct will kick in, as if you're almost like a child of hers, to where if she likes you, she coming to see about you. She want to take care of you. She want to nurture you. These are the duties. She wants to learn from you. She wants to absorb from you. She honors you. She respects you. But you have to be respectable. You have to be honorable. So she can reflect that back to you. She has the capability to reflect that back to you. You know how you know all women are a reflection of men? If she's a bitter and not better woman, guess where she learned that from? A man. If she got game about how to manipulate men gained them for the money and all that stuff. Guess where she learned that from? A man. Guess where she get her validation that she is attractive, that she is beautiful, that you are the sun to her moon. Guess where she got that from? A man. If she's angry and over past relationships to where it shaped and it molded her present attitude and beliefs and systems about relationships, and coming up with these weird and retarded ways of outlooks of life, guess where she learned that from? Dealing with a man. But if you do something that she ain't never seen before, you become up here. You're not normal. You're uncommon. You become extraordinary. Everybody is ordinary, but you become extraordinary. She ain't never seen nobody like you before. She ain't never heard nobody like you before. And I'm going to land my plane with this one. There's a great example of this contained within the scriptures. When Candace, the Queen of Sheba, heard of the wisdom and the knowledge of King Solomon, who had a very large following, I might add, 700 wives, 300 concubines, a voluminous amount of knowledge, wisdom, as well as understanding that he got for asking for it of the Most High. If the Most High was able to give him that level of information, just imagine what the Most High knows and what he can reveal to you in this appointed time. She heard of it, his information, and she knew how valuable he was. She says, I must pay him a visit. I must see him. She comes and she sees the glory of his kingdom, his servants, his maid servants, his manservants, his army, his military, his wives, his substance, and his concubines, his wives, his throne, his kingdom, his empire, and all that he surveyed, and she was hypnotized by it, mesmerized by it. That didn't do it though. So she challenged him with hard questions of everything that was on her heart. And he was able to give what my man Sinful to Peace would say, an outstanding understanding of all that was on her heart. And he not only exhibited and expressed this knowledge and wisdom and understanding, this information that we call game. He was everything. He was the embodiment of the information that he was giving her. She said, I only heard half of it. But now that I've heard it all, it exceeded my expectation. You know, blessed are anybody that sits at your throne and get to listen to you every day. You know what she did after that? She broke herself. She came with trains of gold, silver, precious stones, jewelry, camels, cattle, grain, seed, everything. And she kept bringing it in to where she's known in history, in biblical history, for that act alone. Coming to see him, getting it with, and giving him of her substance from her kingdom or queendom or her empire. And it's written saying that there was no amount of what the Queen of Sheba gave unto Solomon for the building of the temple or whatever. No one has gave more than her or greater than her. No one. And she's known for that. She was elevated to the level of majesty for that deed. Man, look, man. If a woman ain't feeling that way about you, you don't need to be around her. She don't deserve to be around you. Everybody don't deserve to be around you. And everybody ain't gonna like the new you. Everybody, once you get this discovery and you start finding these things out about yourself, everybody ain't gonna like that. Everybody, they too familiar with you. Just like it's written in the Bible. Christ said that a prophet is not without honor save in his own country. Meaning a prophet is not without respect, except where he from. They too familiar with you. Some of y'all need to get away from familiar. These people that are familiar with you, they'll sit up there and say, "Yo, ain't you Libby West son?" Or don't we know you? Ain't you Tudor from the block or whatever? How could you, now be a great rapper? Or how could you be now successful in your endeavors? How could you now be a star? Everybody knows you and everybody are seeking your counsel. They too familiar with you. But guess what? Allow me to reintroduce myself, my man. And you know what I mean? Start, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Get away from them. And a lot of the women that used to mistreat you in the past, and or friends that mistreat you in the past. Look, man, allow them to reintroduce yourself. You allow me to reintroduce myself. Boom. You dig? They lucky you even talking to them. You know what I mean? It put you out. You know what I'm saying? Talk behind your back. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff. Remember, women are your reflection, man. You are the gift. You know what I mean? They are the gift, but they're not equivalent to the recipient of the gift. You are the recipient of the gift that God gave you. So, you are the ultimate definition of importance. Why? What did it take for me to get this information called this game, bro? And then once you combine the game and your implementation of the game and becoming the embodiment or the personification of game, now you have the glow. That's the end game, is the glow. You glow up so you can blow up. Glow up so you can blow up. You can handle anything that show up, baby. You did? Glogame for sure. You know what I mean? That's the internal currency. Currency will start seeking you like an emergency. You did? People start following you, hitting the like button, sharing what you got to say, because there's a famine in the land for the appreciation and the falling in love with who you are as a man and manhood, so we could set this thing straight. And there's a lot of people that ain't gonna like it. Forget them. You gotta love every being. It don't matter. You don't have to have no money. You could not even have money right now. You might not even have a car right now. You might not have a house right now. You might not have a bank account right now. You might have a large penis. You might have a small penis. That matters not. You could throw a hot dog down the hallway, but if you hit your target or a G spot, and get that stimulation to where they can get to an orgasm, boom. And sometimes, and most of the times, you make this orgasm, the body follows. That's game. Seek the game. Don't seek no fame. Don't seek nothing. Seek the game. Seek the information. And how do you get that information? You gotta seek the source of it. That's the Most High, who is the author and finisher of your faith and your game. Faith is a part of game. You know what I mean? Or game is a part of faith. We walk by faith and not by sight. That's what I'm saying. You can have none of those. That don't mean you cannot obtain them, but seek the internal blessings. Not materialistics, but the internal characteristics. Therefore, the materialistics will attract to you. Therefore, you're seeking the kingdom of God, which is within you first, and all these things will be added unto you. So I'm here to lace your brain with some of this incredible and glorious game once again, man. I haven't done a video in a while because I'm going through process. I like to become the message before I deliver the message. That makes me an authentic and efficient messenger. I'm lacing your brain with some incredible and glorious game once again, man, to let you know you have a blast past, a wow now, and a greater later. And you live the life of your design so you have a good time for a lifetime. Live the life of his design so your life will be divine for the rest of your lifetime, man. Live the life you love, love the life you live. This is Kesha the Rapper, aka the Grand Ambassador of Flash Dynasty, here to lace your brain once again with some incredible and glorious game, man. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell, man. Be notified and glorified every time you are notified of this information, dig? I want to say all that. Shout out to everybody, all my loved ones. Hey, I got a GoFundMe campaign that I'm putting out to deal with this cervical myomalacia thing that I got going on. I don't want to go through surgery. I want to be one of the first. I'm going to be one of the first people that have tried this cervical myomalacia. Remember that. It's a thing within your spine that these people want to go through surgery. I don't want to be entered into with no knife and cut into and whatever. You know, y'all go to my GoFundMe upon your heart, because the Bible also says, you know, ask and it shall be given. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. And don't allow pride to get in the way. You know what I mean? So I'll leave my description of the GoFundMe in there. I want to get a stem cell therapy treatment as opposed to surgery. So I'm lacing y'all with some incredible and glorious game that's very expensive. It costs you everything, but and whatever lays upon your heart, y'all could donate to that GoFundMe, and you know, I'll give you updates or whatever, so I can get a stem cell therapy treatment. You know what I mean? And I even film it and all of that. So I just want to put that out there, man. Always here to put some paint where it ain't and say what most can't, man. Guess to the rapper, I'm lacing y'all brain again, you know, with some incredible and glorious game, man. Yo, I love y'all. Peace. I'll talk to y'all later.